I've been known for my hot air, so hopefully this will be able to heat up the church a little bit for us today. But we come today and we hear in the gospel about Jesus and his plans with his disciples, and then how he subverts those plans for love of the people around him. They're planning on going, they haven't even had a time to eat, so they get into a boat, they're going to go over to the other side so he can have a chance to talk with his disciples. He needs a retreat time, he needs some vacation time, he needs some time just to be able to be with them, to talk with them, to prepare them for their ministry. But they can't, all these people are coming. Jesus sees the crowd and his heart has moved with compassion for them. And so he begins to teach them many things. Instead of getting back in the boat and saying, okay, let's find another place to go, he reaches out. He changes his plans for love of the people around him. And we think about this, and it seems like a pretty straightforward thing to do when there's the mission that is there. Okay, we should be doing that. Sometimes, though, it's not as easy as we might think. So, for instance, I was thinking about, back years ago, when I celebrated my 40th birthday, that I'd gone to my parents' house, and wonder, surprise, surprise, my sister had come with her family as well, and so we were there, and we were going to be celebrating my 40th birthday. This was more of a celebration than I expected for anything, and so we're getting ready, and we're having a good afternoon, and the food is in the oven, and I get a call on the emergency line. There's someone in the hospital that needs to be anointed. I call like other local priests saying, can you? No one is around. So I have to go, leaving my own birthday party to go and minister to the needs. I go down, I get back, they've already eaten my birthday dinner. I had to work through some resentment with that. Just saying. And so I've had to learn from that, wait a second. You knew this when you got ordained, that you could be called at any time for any reason. And God sometimes changes our plans because of the needs of the people around us. Do we enter it with resentment, or do we go in saying, yes, Lord, I will serve for your glory? I think about Mary. Who knows what her plans were? Certainly she knew she was getting married to Joseph. They'd actually been married, but they weren't living together yet. They hadn't moved in together. They hadn't consummated the marriage. And what happens? God comes through the angel, says, guess what? I'm changing your plans. But she says yes. She says yes. How do we react when a monkey wrench has been thrown into our works, our plans? I know I usually don't react so well. It takes me time to kind of readjust in my head. But the Lord is saying, do you see? There are times where things that are more important than your own plans. May we allow God to show us His glory, that as He leads us by paths we don't expect, we may find even in that joy and goodness, and that we may enter into that not with resentment, but like Jesus does, with compassion for those around us.